In this place, I've seen so many changes, but the best part is it stayed the same.
People love it here, and I think that there's a real culture of just a community.
There's no doubt the most important thing is the people.
We really do have a lot of fun. You're not going to play around and not find something that's going to put a smile on your face.
There's not too many clubs that wouldn't want to have what we have.
What may have been the first ever tournament at Canandaigua Country Club was announced in the Ontario County Journal in 1922, the club's first year. Entries, the newspaper said, could be given to a man named Noble Miller, an accomplished golfer from Florida who had moved to Canandaigua for his job and helped design the course. Within a few years, there were over 100 members paying annual dues of $25. One of them was the father of current CCC member Alan Persons.
My dad was a long-term member and had joined the club in 1924. And my first memory really as a kid coming down was riding my bike down from Fort Hill Avenue, where I lived here in Canandaigua, and parking in the back of the old pro shop.
The pro at the time, Jimmy Camiso.
Jimmy was a lovely guy. He was very friendly, especially to us kids. He was just really knew that we were going to be the next members of the club and knew that it was important to get us out there.
And by 1932, the club's 10th anniversary year, the clubhouse opened on the same footprint as today's renovated clubhouse. And that Noble Miller guy, he would become a mainstay at the club until his death at age 96. Miller's friend, 11-time major winner Walter Hagen, visited him at Canandaigua Country Club over the years, once firing a respectable 65. And Miller, revered as a top-notch putter, once welcomed another golf legend as a guest at the club.
The guy sticks his head in the door. He says, "Is there a Noble Miller here?" And I said, "Yeah, he's on the putting green." And this guy went over and talked with him about putting for a couple hours. It was Ben Crenshaw. It was 1980. He was in Rochester for the PGA Championship at Oak Hill.
That's right. The two-time Masters champion came to CCC looking for some putting tips from Noble Miller. It would be impossible to name all the great golfers who made Canandaigua Country Club their home over the last century. One of the best was Warren Simmons, who would go on to play in the 1956 U.S. Open at Oak Hill.
I'd ride down through town to the club, and I had a shoe bag full of golf balls, and I'd go out each day after hitting balls and maybe swimming a little bit and play 9, not play 18, maybe 27, probably 36, and even more sometimes.
Simmons would later coach the golf team at the U.S. Air Force Academy. He is a member of the Colorado Golf Hall of Fame.
So it was a wonderful opportunity to have a place like that I could hone the game that, I actually played pretty well when I was a youngster. And it was in large part because of all the time that I was able to spend at Canandaigua Country Club.
Mary Munger is also among the best ever to make CCC her home course. She remembers being greeted by another great player when she joined the club in the late 70s.
I was just welcomed so greatly. Gigi Thompson was the club champion then and was the best golfer I think we've seen here for women.
Mary herself has 10 championships, including some senior and super senior titles. Canandaigua Country Club is a people place because for 100 years it has been the people who make the place. There has been a cast of characters, and with characters come stories.
And so Harry jumps out of the plane and he tried to land in front of the clubhouse. One time he hit the spot. Another time he landed at what was the Canandaigua Drive-In Theater. Another time he landed on one of the buildings at Roseland Park.
And there are even some fuzzy memories about an elephant that spent some time at the clubhouse bar. But most of the stories are people stories.
Oh, well, one guy I say that's one of our better golfers here is Bob Burns. And he is the worst player in the club, probably. But the reason he's one of our best players here is he has the most fun. And that's what it's all about.
Canandaigua Country Club has survived a depression, recessions, a world war, and its own internal challenges.
I remember my first board meeting, we were debated an hour on spending $500 for some piece of equipment.
You know, one time I think they were collecting cans to pay the electric bill.
Most recently, it was a decline in golf's popularity that threatened the club.
Clearly, we did not have the money for capital improvements, and it was on somewhat of a decline.
A new deck helped lead the way to a renaissance. A deal with Nolan's Restaurant erased annual losses. And then the board made an even bolder move, a capital campaign for a renovated clubhouse and golf course. No assessments, no big jump in dues. Members were simply asked to fund a revival of their beloved club.
We were praying that we could raise $75,000 to $100,000, and surprise.
Instead, the campaign would raise $350,000, and Bob Sheridan says it was a team effort beyond his expectations.
What has happened is remarkable. Every time that I walk in this clubhouse, and it's a decent crowd, the joy and the laughter and the camaraderie is unbelievable, and that makes me happy, very happy.
And the Renaissance continues with the completion of a new state-of-the-art event center with its own kitchen facilities, restrooms, and bridal suite that will drive revenue for the club for years to come.
Still the great place to come and enjoy yourself with friends and go in and the clubhouse and go through your scorecards and have a great time.
The future of Canandaigua Country Club is exceptional. I think that the sky's the limit. Like, we're just starting to scratch the surface of what we can become. So I think the future of Canandaigua Country Club is bright and exciting.
So here's to Canandaigua Country Club, a place to play, to see old friends and make new ones. Here's to the memories yet to be made, to 100 years and to what's next, to a place that can grow and change and somehow still stay the same.